Well, what's up, folks? Welcome to the worst marathon of the century.
Don't start it yet. Don't start the game.
I haven't. No, I'm not start. I'm not starting the run. You fucking idiot.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Oh, we've got a layout. That's oh man.
Wait, what have I?
Okay. Little screen is on.
Okay.
I could really fall asleep right now.
Okay. Sorry that we're being late. We're having some technical difficulties. One of those is Microsoft.
I'm.
We're having.
I don't know if anyone can actually even hear you on the stream right now because my speaker volume is like 5. Well, you might be right. I don't know.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Retro, are you ready?
One sec. Yes, I'm ready.
Alright, give us a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, this is your boy 0retro here with Spyro through any percent. So, I've seen a lot of people go with the philosophy of saving the best till last, but with this marathon, we've decided to do the opposite, and we're starting with the best run. So the marathon's already peaked, actually. You might as well just tune out after this run. Anyway, we usually do a SDA timing in this game. Like if you look on the leaderboards, it's SDA timing, which is where you start the timing from movement. But for this shit, we're just doing RTA timing, where you start it from the main menu. I've also not played this game in a really long time, and I just did one shitty no reset run to practice for this, so this is going to be awful, but no. Alright, boys. So you see right there, I just did an insane speed tech trick called a proxy, where basically you get jammed inside the enemy's hitbox, and it throws you up really high into the air, and that means I can just get straight to the end of the level. So if I'm able to play this game well, somewhat, then you're going to be seeing more of those. So there's another proxy like that exists in this level, but it's really hard and definitely not worth it for RTA runs. So I'm going to do a different strat instead to get to the end of the level. Right there. It's actually quite a lot harder than it looks. Looks like it's just an easy jump to the end of the level, but there's quite a lot that goes into it. So there's a lot of areas in this game that are locked. And in order to unlock them, you need some certain collectibles. Now, the collectibles in this game, the main two collectibles are eggs and gems, which are scattered around all over the place. But all of the locked areas that require eggs and gems, you can skip into, like I just did right there. So this level that I'm entering right now usually requires 15 eggs to enter. But it turns out that every single locked area in the game, they just store the loading zone to it directly underneath. So by doing that out of bounds glitch, all I had to do was enter the loading zone from directly underneath. And I can enter the locked level. Some pretty good shit right there. And that's going to happen a lot in this run, because there's a lot of locked levels that require gems or eggs. And yeah, we just skip all that bullshit. So the next level I'm going to is Molten Crater. I think this one requires like 10 eggs or something like that, but I'm gonna attempt a trick called a wall glide to be able to get out of bounds. But it's pretty hard, so I might fuck it up. But we'll see. Yeah, I in fact fucked it up. So if I wanted to be a pussy right now, I could go and do an easy backup strat, but I'm actually going to attempt it again because I'm a speedrunning machine. Oh, no. Alright, brilliant. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going for it till I get it, because, you know, it loses about 10 seconds every time you miss it. Alright, I got it. Now I enter the level from underneath again. There's another proxy in here, but it's pretty hard. See if I can get it. No, I didn't get it, but who gives a fuck? You can, that boar, if you saw the boar there at the start of the level, I tried to do a proxy off of him, which is the same trick that I did in the first level, where you go really high up into the air. And the way that works is the boar, when you get close to the boar, he starts charging towards you. And if you charge into him at the same time as his animation starts to charge into you, then you can basically get the proxy and go really high up, but I fucked it up because I suck. But the nice thing about this game is the tricks like that, usually you can go for them, and even if you miss them, it doesn't really lose any time to go for them. And then you can just go through the level normally if you miss it. So, right, so I'm doing this out of bounds again. And then a swim and air trick. So basically, if you go out of bounds and you charge into some water from out of bounds, then it basically activates the swimming state. So you're just swimming in the air, basically, and you can swim around wherever the fuck you want out of bounds. So I just enter this level from out of bounds, which usually requires, I think, like 300 or 400 gems. And you see, yeah, this is not Spyro the Dragon. This is some kangaroo fucker. So this game has like 3 or 4 other characters that you play as in certain areas. So this level's pretty boring, just going through it normally, pretty much. There's a bit of RNG here as well. See, where you have to kill all the enemies in the level to get to the end. And sometimes the enemies will spawn in bad spots where they're further away or something like that, but it was decent there. Alright. So I finished all of the levels. I got to the end of all the levels in the first world. So I'm going to the second world. And also the first boss. So this boss, you do it in a really fast and unintended way. So immediately at the start of the fight, I'm going to lure the boss to the edge of the arena here. And then hit him into the lava. Now, oh shit. Okay, I didn't mean to fall in. Doesn't matter though. Don't actually lose any time because I have to wait for him anyway. Okay, so you can see I'm just staying right at the edge of the arena and I'm moving my camera to the side. Basically, the boss, he tries to do a spin attack on you where he like spins into you. But if you just stand at the very edge of the arena, then for some reason it just cuts off the spin attack and he can't do it. And another thing the boss tries to do is he brings up like a firewall around him to hit you. But if you move the camera away, like you saw I was moving the camera away to the side there, then the flames, like the fire, just doesn't spawn. So you can beat that boss really fucking fast. Alright, now I'm going to do another out-of-bounds swim and air trick like you saw in the first homeworld. This is called bridge swim, where you kind of get clipped under some stupid bridge. It's a really stupid trick, and hopefully it doesn't take forever to get. There we go. And I can enter this level from out of bounds. So this is another one of them levels where you don't play as Spyro, you play as some, like, fucking penguin or some shit, who really cares. But, for controlling this guy, if you press the L1 and the R1 buttons, you strafe. And strafing is a lot faster than moving normally. And also, if you hold down both of the buttons at the same time, both the L1 and R1 button at the same time, so both the left and right strafe button at the same time, then basically it lets you move in any direction at full strafe speed. So you just go really fast. Fuck. God damn it, you fucking bird. Alright, now here I'm going to wait a bit and then go through the door. I'll explain why I did that in a minute. Okay, so there's a hummingbird that follows you through the level, and the hummingbird has to follow you through the level. So you can speak to it at the end here, see here it is. And the reason why I waited a bit there is sometimes if you go too fast, then the hummingbird just won't follow you, and you just get fucked, basically, and your run's over. So that's why you wait a bit, to make sure that the hummingbird doesn't, you know, fall behind and fuck you in the ass. Alright. So once again, another out of bounds to get into this level early. Or without the required amount of eggs. You can just go straight through the trees, there's no collision. And I'm in there, boys. There's another proxy in here, but I've got a reputation of sucking at this one. So if I don't get it, I'll lose about 10 seconds, but you know. Wow! Alright, so there you saw the primary, well, one of the primary reasons why to not speedrun this game. If you saw, I actually got the proxy, but then I bunked in the air. So I hit into the enemy's hitbox, and then I started, if you saw, I started going really high up into the air, and then I just bunked on nothing. That's called a proxy bunk, and sometimes it will happen if you get a really good proxy. So actually that happens if you do the proxy too good. So if you do everything at really good timing, then the game just can't fucking handle how much speed or how much height you're getting, and you just bonk on nothing. So that's me just getting fucked by the game right there. And it happens with that proxy a lot. Anyway, another out of bounds. Going through the trees. Getting into this level early. So this has got a bit of a different type of proxy in it. Instead of one that you do off an enemy, you do it off a moving boulder. You kind of get just wedged inside the boulder. So hopefully I can actually do it. This is a weird spot, but we'll go for it. Alright, I got it. Okay, I might get fucked here. Alright, no, never mind. I was scared it would be too low, but I wasn't. We in there. I have no health, so... Yes, David Olive, the game literally can't handle the skill. It's unbelievable. Alright, that's that shitty level out the way. Yeah, some of them are. This one right here is entered inbounds that you're about to see. Or not, because I suck. See, I entered this one from inbounds. And a few of the ones at the start, you enter from inbounds as well, at the start of the game. Because the ones at the start don't require any eggs. Hello Cyclone, what's poppin'? There's another proxy to get up here. That one was a squeeze proxy, where I hit the enemy's dead body into a corner, and then I also went into the corner, and it just kind of squeezes you against the wall and throws you out. Alright, so now I've got one more level for this home world before I move to the next world on the next boss. So the last level before the next boss. And this level is called Icy Peak. It's got a pretty hard jump to be able to jump from the start of the level to the end. And this is infamous for going bad in marathons. If you saw the two runs of this that have been at Games Done Quick, then yeah, the runner's got pretty fucked right here. So hopefully it doesn't happen to me. Alright, nice. I got it first try. So any of you guys that saw the Games Done Quick run, this is how a real speedrunner does it.
Oh, by the way.
Alright, so I got the next boss coming up next called, what's his name, Spike.
Let's head on over.
So another thing that becomes another thing kind of relevant here is this game actually has difficulty modes, but you can't set the difficulty mode yourself. It kind of scales with how you're playing, how much stuff you've collected and how often you're dying and stuff like that. But, fuck. Well, I cocked up there. Please. In the any % run of this game, because you skip all the eggs and gems and all that shit, because you skip all that, this boss will always be in easy mode. The game will always be in easy mode at this point. It won't have like upscaled the difficulty. But if you do other categories of this game, like the 100 egg category and the 117% category, then that boss will be harder, quite significantly harder, because the game will have put itself to a higher difficulty mode, because you've collected more shit. But in any %, it's always in easy mode.
Listen to me, dragon.
Alright. So this is another out of bounds to enter a level early. This one's not too hard, but it's a really big time loss if you fuck it up. Alright, I got it. So this is the last area in the game where you get to play as someone other than Spyro.
If you use your
So these seals right here that are throwing snowballs at me, basically you can manipulate them with the camera, because they will only move whilst the camera's on them. So I try to move the camera on and off them at the correct time to make sure that they're on good cycles, so that as soon as I get to them, the snowball that they throw is already, you know, ready for me to deflect back.
bro. It
Wait, what's going on right now? I'm gonna assume that the stream is good, but we got people freaking out in the chat right now, and yeah, fuck Bill Gates. Honestly, Bill Gates, if you're listening to this right now, fuck you. Fucking just trying to have a fun marathon. Hello? Alright, Powdered Milk has joined me right here in the Discord. He's interrupting my live run. I'm trying to do some commentary right now. Powdered Milk, you better have a good reason for this. Wow. What? Unbelievable. Alright, well, as you would have noticed there before Milk rudely interrupted me, is I got another proxy. And there's going to be another proxy in the next level. Well, actually there isn't, because the next level's proxy is it saves the most time out of any other proxy, but it's also the hardest one. So I'm almost definitely not going to get it. And if I miss it, which I probably will, I can kill myself, do a death abuse, and then attempt it again. And that's still faster than just doing the level normally, so I'm going to try to do that once. Wow. Well, as you can see, I got a lag spike as soon as I went for the proxy, which is a thing that happens pretty often, so I was fucked. And I didn't get it second try. So I'm just going to do the level normally. But yeah, I'm playing this on PSTV, which is some shitty console, and it lags a lot. And at some points in the game, it will just give you random lag spikes. And one area that I found very common for a lag spike to happen is right there, as soon as you go for that proxy. And it happened to me right there, so I just got fucked. Because I had a lag spike as soon as I went for it, and it basically makes it impossible to get. So I'm just going to have to go through the level normally.
It looks like the source. Hey. If you see handle.
Alright, well the next level is Lost Fleet. And I need to, there's a certain level that needs a lot of eggs to go into. And there isn't really a normal method of going out of bounds and getting the swim and air trick like you've seen before in the previous homeworlds. So you have to do something a bit different. And at the end of this level is kind of like an auto-scroller because you can't really lose time here. Because you see this cunt that I'm talking to right now, Crazy Ed. You have to wait for him to follow you around. And he's slow. So this is kind of just an auto-scroller, boring level. But at the end of the level, I'm going to be doing a trick called Zombie. Which is where I die, but one frame before I die, I pause the game and exit the level. So hopefully I'm not going to fuck that up. So yeah, just waiting for this slow cunt right here. Alright. So I'm gonna go into the lava or the acid, and I'm gonna attempt to pause one frame before dying and then exit the level. Right, I did it. I actually paused one frame early, so I had to do a pause buffer by quickly unpausing and pausing again, and then I was on the right frame. So now I have swim and air activated, as you can see, boom, and I can just enter this level from out of bounds. Because what that zombie glitch does is it locks whatever state you're in. So if you're swimming, it locks you to swimming, for example. And when I leave that level's underwater. So as soon as I exit the level, I'm swimming, and that glitch will lock me into the swim state. So I've got swim in the air, and I can just enter the level from out of bounds. Now I'm attempting another proxy here. This one's pretty hard. Yeah, I fucked it up. but I'm gonna kill myself and try it again. I have to kill myself anyway because I need to get rid of the zombie glitch, because that is bad to have. So I might as well just kill myself and attempt it again. Oh, and I cocked it up again. So an alternate method to get to the end is just by going straight through the wall there. So for some reason in this game they just didn't put any collision on that wall, and you can literally jump straight through it. So you can skip some stuff in this level. Better hit that guy. Okay. Yeah, this run's quite the train wreck, but you know, what do you expect? Alright. Now the next part of the game is the third boss. And this is the next reason why to not run this game, because the boss is very RNG based. Basically, you'll get dropped rockets, either red rockets or green rockets, and the red rockets are 10 times better than the green rockets in every way. So it's a 50-50 chance which one you get, and you want to get the red rockets straight away. But it's just RNG, and sometimes he'll drop like 7 green rockets in a row or something, and you just get totally fucked. So, we'll see. Oh! Nice, I got green rockets. So far I'm getting fucked. I mean, if I get them the second time, it's not that bad, but... Oh, brilliant. I got green rockets again. So, yeah. If I was actually on good pace right now, the run would be over. Through no fault of my own, so... Yeah. Okay, at least I got it third try. Oh, wow, I missed the fucking rockets. You see that attack right there? He did that attack, he didn't spawn any enemies. That's what you want him to do most of the time. Because it's faster. Because killing the enemies takes a longer time. But I'm getting shit RNG, so what can you do? Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Alright, anyway, so I've killed like all the 3 first bosses now. So there's only one more boss to go, which is the final boss. And I'm entering the last area of the game. So there's a door that requires 100 eggs to enter to get to the final boss. But we're going to do a trick called Sorcerer Skip to be able to get straight into the final boss and skip the 100 egg requirement. And it involves another proxy off of some of the scenery in this level, or in this area. So there's this big ass helmet right here, and I'm going to attempt a proxy off of it. Oh, I cocked up. Really? Right, there we go. And now I can just go into the mountains here, and boom, I'm in the final boss. So, the final boss loading zone, for some reason the loading zone extends really far back out into the mountains there. So if you can do that trick to get really high up, you can just fly into a bit of the loading zone that's sticking out. And there you go, you skip the 100 egg requirement. And this boss is also the next reason why to not speedrun this game, because it's fucking awful. Alright, we got some cunt interrupting me again. Come on, man.
I'm just listening to you, okay?
Alright. There you go. I missed every bullet on this fucking... Basically, this boss just runs around completely random places, and people say it's predictable, but let's be honest, it's not. Alright, by the way, the run is almost over, so, you know, get ready to end that fucking timer in like a minute.
That's why I got here.
Alright, nice. Alright, I'll let you off then. That's a valid excuse.
Thanks, baby.
I love you. Ah. So I'm going to do a 360 no-scope on the final boss right here. Or maybe. There we go. Fucking hell, my accuracy is poor. Would have thought after 2,000 hours in CSGO I'd have better accuracy than this, but... Alright, one more hit and this cunt's dead. Alright, time. End of the speedrun.
29:38.
Alright, 29:38 fucking RTA timing. So with SDA timing, which is what we usually use, it'd be like 20 seconds or 30 seconds better than that. Yeah, well, that's the speedrun, boys. Alright, what's popping now? Do I end the stream?
You can do that.
Actually, I'm going to stay on the stream as long as possible.
As long as possible. Wow, you daring.
I just love this marathon, man. I don't want to leave. It's just such a good marathon. And I want to thank my boys, Powdered Milk, and all the other fuckers that organised this marathon for being the greatest marathon organisers of all time, getting this shit running perfectly.
Alright, and with that, we're going over to our boy, Sikinar, going to do some...
again, so I should go make sure he's not in more
I
trouble.
forgot already.
You haven't seen him, have you?
Yeah, that shows how memorable the rest of the runs are in this marathon.